What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you a 30-minute glute and core workout to help grow your glutes, strengthen your core. Let's get right into it. Exercise number one is Romanian deadlifts or RDLs. Alicia prefers to use kettlebells for this exercise. She prefers to use kettlebells. It allows her to move more naturally. We're going to do 8 reps. So on your first set, just find a weight that you can do pretty easy. Second and third set, you want to move up into a challenging weight that you get close to failure by 8 reps. Let's have a look at the technique here. So Alicia is hinging from the hips. Her back's nice and straight here. She's got a nice strong core. The knees aren't coming forward. She's focusing on glute stretch and glute activation on the way up. Awesome. Once you're finished with your 8 reps on RDLs, with no rest, you're going to go straight in to a plank. What I want you to focus on is chin down, push up through this part of your back, tuck your hips underneath, like you're trying to shorten the distance between your hips and your ribs. That's when your abs are actually going to be working. And you're going to try and hold this for about 45 seconds. If you can only get to 30, that's fine. If you feel your lower back starting to hurt, you're going to drop to your knees, just like Alicia did there, but keep the tuck on. Keep that tuck right on, really pushing through here. So you want to be slightly rounded to the top of the back, flat through here, and I call it granny butt. You want to tuck the hips underneath. Done. So once you're finished doing your first set of RDLs and your plank, which is a superset, so one after the other, then you've got only 30 seconds rest to keep the intensity up. Once you've finished your 30 seconds rest, you're going to go in for 2 more sets of both. 30 seconds rest in between. The next exercise for glutes is barbell hip thrusts. You want to be doing 8 to 12 reps on barbell hip thrusts. I'm happy for you to go heavy if you'd like to, lighter if you'd like to. What I really want you to focus on is the technique. As you can see Alicia here, she's using a slightly higher box because she has a longer torso. Her core's always on and she's coming down through her hips. 2 more reps. I'm going to teach you guys how to be doing your hip thrusts in the most glute focused way. Now, if you want to work lots of quads in your hip thrust, which you probably don't because you're probably watching this because you want to grow your glutes, but if you do, you want to keep your feet nice and close like this. So if you want to work more of your quads, you keep your feet close. That way you're getting more quad work and some glutes as well. You can see my knees are going back from that line where my ankle is. But if you want to be working your glutes, I want you to focus on bringing your feet a bit further away. And then I don't want you using too much of the curl up position because you're not really using your glutes in the best way. You could get more out of your lift. What I want you to do is come up, abs on, squeeze, chin forward, and then I want you to come down like you're hinging, and then no further than there. If I come any further down from that, as well as being close to the floor, I'm also bringing my knees further back, which is making my quads work to come up from there. So a little bit of quads there. So there's your bottom position. It's not very far. I'm getting a stretch in my glutes here. And then I really want to focus on the shortened position of my glutes. So I'm squeezing my glutes. I'm pushing my head forward. I'm tucking my hips underneath and I'm holding this position here. My abs are on. My abs stay on. Pausing here, coming back up. So it's going to look like in a set. Try doing that body weight first before you use a barbell and kind of struggle with the right technique. Okay. Once you're finished doing your barbell hip thrusts, I want you to have a Bosu ball or an exercise ball or roll up a towel under your lower back, and we're going to be doing slow controlled crunches. The reason why I like using a Bosu ball, exercise ball or a towel under your lower back is I actually want to maintain a nice neutral position with the spine. I don't want to fully flatten it out. So we're going to bring our butt to this part of the ball. That way my back is in that nice rounded position. Hands here to make it more difficult, and all you want to do is stretch, come up, hold, crunch, 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 hold. It's all about the contraction here. And then we're going to come back down. If you want to make it easier, put your hands like this. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Very important that you open up, stretch through here. This is where your abs are stretching and they're shortening through this position. Slow, So I'd suggest starting with this. When you're training your abs, you don't have to do some fancy swinging shit like you see a lot of people doing. It's all about opening up through the abs, which is, this is my full stretch position. I can't get any more abs after this. And then I'm gonna shorten it. So pretend like you've got a rubber band between your upper hip and your last rib, and you're stretching the rubber band out and you're closing it and tightening it. So we've got Alicia here on the Bosu ball. Could be an exercise ball, could be a towel rolled underneath there. Right now we're stretching the abs. So we've got a hip line here, bottom of her ribs. Now we're gonna come up, squeeze the abs on, and hold there. Hold, hold, hold. As you can see the shaking, that's good. Come back down slowly. Come back up. Now what I want you to do, Alicia, is not come back down so fast and not so far. So keep going, keep going. See how your abs are actually on now? And then shorten them, come back up. Keep going. Let's go, keep going. Now if that gets really hard, I want you to have your hands here and reaching, not too high, and then back down, stretch. And then reaching, and then back down. You'll find this is harder than doing some shit you see on TikTok or Instagram. People are swinging around doing abs. Slow and controlled is actually harder because we're getting the contraction where it needs to be. One more. Okay, so you're gonna get straight off hip thrust. You're gonna go straight onto this. You're gonna do 12 to 15 reps if you can. If you can't do 12, that's okay, do less, but the goal is to get up to 12 to 15. 3 sets, just like hip thrusts. Next up, Bulgarian split squats. You can use a bench, you can use a box, you can put a hip thrust pad on a Smith machine or a squat rack at the bottom, whatever you'd like. What you really want to be focusing on is making sure most of the weight is pushing through this front leg and that you're hinging from your hips so you're getting more out of the glutes. Okay, so what you'll notice is I've got Alicia here doing a glute focused version where she's not pushing her knee too far forward. The hip is bending in this position here. The more of a crease you can get in this position, the more of a stretch position you get with the glutes, the better it's going to be and the harder it's going to be for your glutes. Once you finish your Bulgarians, 6 to 8 reps each leg, you're going to go straight on the floor here. You're going to be laying down on your back. I want you to put your hand in this position or this position, supporting your lower back. So I actually wedge it into my glutes. I'm holding a crunch here and then I'm coming up and down slowly. If your back starts hurting, you can bend your legs and do it this way. If your back's okay, legs straight, coming down, I want you to pause here. Your feet aren't touching the ground, your abs are staying on, and you're lifting your legs up. If you want to make it more advanced, you come to here, and you press up like that. I come up here, press up like that. No swinging, don't do it fast. For the core, it's much more beneficial if you slow down, work your way through, you're working on that burning, and you don't want your back to arch, you want your core to stay on, and you don't want your back to hurt at all when you're training. I know a lot of you are watching this thinking, I won't be able to do this. Even Alicia was saying that's actually a little bit painful for her back. Let me show you a regression. A regression is making it easier. We're gonna go one leg at a time and then coming back up. So do that slowly. Maintain the pressure in your core and the leg doesn't have to go all the way down, just halfway out, maintain, bring it back up. That feels better for your back. So if you're doing it this way, you're just gonna double the reps. And very slow. Really keep the ribs pushed down, flat back, flat. So try that if the first one's too hard. Okay, next up, we're gonna be using the back extension machine to do glute focused back extensions. So what I want Alicia doing is having her elbows at the front like this, driving her elbows into her ribs, having her abs on so she doesn't arch through the lower back too much. So come up, glutes, 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 glutes. Pause there, come down through the hips. Pause, up through the glutes. Perfect. This is glute focused back extensions. I suggest if you want to work your glutes to focus on this technique, let me know how you feel in the comments below. We're going to be doing between 8 and 12 reps, 3 sets, superset with the next core exercise. So, once you finish doing a set of the glute focused back extensions, I want you to move this machine to a higher position. The reason we're doing this is because we're going to be doing a QL side bend to strengthen the QL. The QL is a part of the core and the lower back muscles. If you don't have a strong QL, you will eventually get back pain. So this is a good way to strengthen them. So we're just going to put our legs together like that. If you've got a machine which doesn't have padding all the way through, I have my top leg forward, my back leg in the back position, and then I'm going to have my hands here and I'm going to come down, stretch the QL, which is the muscle that comes down here. Pause there, come up, contract, 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 stretch the muscle out, contract, contract. This is a more advanced version, or you can go heavier with a plate here. Come to here for an easier version, or the most easy is to have the arms here close to the body. Let's get it. All right, so we're working on our QL side bend. So we're working the muscle that goes from here and here. This is a good way. If you strengthen this, you're very much less likely to have back pain. We want to be doing between 6 to 8 reps. The first time you do this exercise, you're going to absolutely hate it. It's going to be really painful. So work your way through 2 more. So just lengthening from here, side bend, and then crunching up, side crunch. Awesome. Other side. That looked better with your legs in the middle?
Yeah, the legs in the middle is good.
Okay. All right, let's show from the front. Okay, hands like this. So stretching out this area here. Pause, and then coming up, contracting. Good, just like that. When you first do these, they're going to be really hard. You're going to struggle. So just do as many as you can. It might only be 3, it might only be 4, but eventually you want to be going up to at least 8 to 10 for 3 sets. This is a way to make it easier. If you get fatigued, you put that one arm there to make it less weight at the top here. 1 more rep. Okay, so once you finish that 30-minute glute and core workout, if you want to burn some more fat, I'd recommend, or just strengthen your heart, I recommend jumping on a Stairmaster for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your fitness level. If you don't have a Stairmaster, don't worry. You're just going to get on a treadmill, put on the highest incline, and do a similar pace walk to this, between 5 to 10 minutes, whatever works best for your fitness level. Okay, thank you so much for watching it. Remember, my name is Booty by Jax. This is Alicia. Alicia's actually my fiance. For a lot of people on TikTok, they're always like, oh my God, he's touching his client. She's actually my fiance. So if you want to see more of our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out our other videos we have. We also have some travel stuff from Bali. And if you want to work with me one-on-one online, we have a link in the description below, or go to bootybyjax.com for all the information. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.